In a cozy, old-timey room, the tranquility is shattered when someone drops from the roof and rushes to a wall with a 10-number puzzle, requiring a 4-digit code. As one of the walls starts moving towards him, panic sets in, and he frantically searches for clues. He thinks he has found the answer in a book, but ends up on the ground. Desperation grows as he interprets the clue on 4 paintings in the room, but the wall continues to close in. The code he enters fails, and his panic escalates, culminating in his leg being crushed by the relentless wall. 3 days earlier, Zoe is seen walking to school. In class, the professor asks about the quantum Zeno effect, and though Zoe knows the answer, she hesitates to raise her hand. After class, the professor praises her paper and encourages her to do something that scares her over the break. Elsewhere, Jason is closing a business deal in his office, feeling triumphant when he receives a gift from a client, a mysterious black box. Ben, working in a grocery store, asks his boss for a new position but is told to stop drinking if he wants to advance. Jason, Zoe, and Ben each receive the same enigmatic black box. While Jason watches YouTube videos for help, Zoe quickly figures out how to open hers, and Ben resorts to brute force, continuing the process as the boxes begin to reveal their secrets. The 3 of them succeed in opening their boxes, revealing a piece of paper that turns out to be a voucher for a Minos escape room, promising a reward of $10,000 if they manage to escape. The next day, Ben is waiting outside the Minos building, smoking, when Amanda arrives and they share a brief exchange. Amanda enters the building, hands over her ID and phone, and is thanked for her military service before getting into the elevator with Danny, who has smuggled in a phone. In the waiting room, Amanda joins Mike, Jason, and Zoe, while Danny enters just in time to hear Mike reminiscing about a childhood pet. Jason and Danny discuss a scar on Jason's hand, and Amanda, recognizing Zoe, asks if they know each other. Ben arrives last, and Amanda, reading a newspaper about a fire, grows anxious. Danny, experienced in escape rooms, reassures everyone and explains how the rooms typically work. Jason teases Danny, but Mike shares that his nephew suggested the Minos room. Amanda admits she's there for the money, and Danny tells Zoe that the game starts with the games master leading them to the escape room. As Ben stands to smoke, he accidentally breaks the doorknob, prompting Danny to suggest they are already in the escape room. Inspecting the door, he notices an oven dial that he believes is a combination lock. Everyone begins searching for clues, with Zoe finding a mug with an airplane, and Amanda discovering a name, Dr. Wooten Yu. That might be significant. Mike finds a copy of Fahrenheit 451 with a hidden screwdriver inside, and Zoe guesses that 451 could be the combination for the lock. When she inputs it, the ceiling starts glowing red and emitting heat. Zoe attempts to turn off the dial, but it's stuck. Danny proposes asking for a hint, so Amanda heads to the reception. Meanwhile, Jason finds a globe with a boat and a lock on the window, while Ben tries to break the window with a fire extinguisher, but finds it is fake, discarding it in frustration. The 4 columns in the room start heating up, causing everyone to panic except for Danny. Zoe finds a key inside the fire extinguisher, opens the window, and discovers the receptionist is a mannequin. Suddenly, the phone rings, and Jason answers to hear an automated message instructing them to follow the rules. As he drops the phone, window shutters go up and more heaters appear. Zoe and Amanda fetch water for Amanda, who is having an anxiety attack, revealing burns on her neck. The men search for clues but are stumped as the room grows hotter. Zoe notices a clue on the table coasters, presses 1, and an exit in the ducts partially opens. Realizing they need to press all coasters simultaneously, they manage to fully open the exit. Jason enters the duct, requests Mike's screwdriver, and Amanda swaps places with him to open the other exit. Amanda crawls through the duct, panicking and having a flashback from Afghanistan. Zoe fills a glass with water to weigh down the coaster, while Amanda's panic intensifies. Hearing Amanda scream, Zoe goes after her. Danny and Ben fill more glasses but fall short, arguing as a burner descends. Ben uses his liquor to fill the glass, triggering the exit to open. They escape just as the room ignites, jumping through the fireplace into the next room. Danny remains excited, believing it's a safe game, while Amanda insists it's real and wants out. Jason finds another lock and Danny tries to dissuade Amanda from calling the police, but there's no signal. Zoe and Jason search for clues, finding the first key to a lock on the door, then discovering the second lock requires a 7-letter word to open. As they try to figure out the 7-letter word for the lock, Ben notices animal skulls on the wall, triggering a flashback to a time he was driving drunk with friends, singing Christmas songs. He suggests Rudolph, and it works, allowing Jason to open the door. They start walking outside, but Zoe and Ben linger behind. When they finally exit, the door locks behind them. The next room looks like an outdoor setting and is extremely cold. Danny bumps into the walls, which are giant monitors, and falls on ice that sounds like it's cracking, yet he remains convinced the room is safe. As freezing air starts blowing through the vents, he urges everyone to look for clues again. Jason finds a door. Zoe notices "True North is a lie" etched on a sled. Mike discovers a fishing rod on a tree, and Ben tries to light a cigarette. Amanda finds a single coat and shares it with Zoe. Ben falls into a fishing hole, prompting Danny to suggest there might be a clue in the water. Mike brings over the fishing rod, and while the group works on the puzzle, Zoe finds a compass in the coat pocket. Recalling the sled's message, she follows the compass in the opposite direction of True North and finds another clue in the mouth of a stuffed bear. She returns as Ben walks away to smoke. Zoe attaches the magnet clue to the fishing line, and Mike drops it back into the hole. Jason asks for the coat while Mike reels in something heavy, a frozen cube with the key inside. Jason asks Ben for his lighter, and Ben throws it, causing Danny to fetch it. As Danny turns around with the lighter, he falls into the water and gets trapped under the ice. The group frantically tries to break the ice to rescue him, but they lose sight of him, and he drowns. Jason hands Amanda the coat, acknowledging that she was right about the game being real. The group then turns on Ben, accusing him of being the games master responsible for Danny's fall. Tensions rise as Ben insults everyone, but Jason intervenes, emphasizing the need to focus on survival. He suggests using their body heat to melt the ice and retrieve the key. As the temperature drops, Jason has a flashback to a time on a boat with a friend wearing a red coat. Mike faints, but Jason manages to get the key and open the door. They jump through just as the ice breaks, narrowly escaping. In the next room, they find themselves in an upside-down bar that starts moving upward. When it stops, the phone rings, and Mike catches it. A deafening noise is followed by music, and Jason spots a door without a doorknob. Mike notices the 8-ball is missing from the pool table and searches for clues, but Ben stops him from falling when a piece of the floor collapses. Amanda finds a lockbox with 4 numbers on the bar, while Zoe discovers a sliding puzzle on an adjacent wall. Mike helps Zoe climb over to solve the puzzle. Another section of the floor falls, nearly taking Jason with it. Ben joins Zoe, who finally solves the puzzle, revealing a 4-digit code. Amanda tries the code on the lockbox, but it doesn't work. As more of the floor falls away, Mike and Ben cling to the puzzle, which starts tipping over. Zoe climbs off to avoid the tipping, but falls and hits her head. As she lies on the floor, she has a flashback of an airplane accident, calling for her mom. Jason wakes her up and helps her back onto the wall. Zoe suggests Amanda try the code in reverse, and it works, revealing a doorknob inside the lockbox. As another part of the floor falls away, Amanda jumps to the pool table to cross to the other side, but drops the knob. She manages to throw it to Jason before she slips and falls. Jason opens the door, followed by Mike. Ben stays with Zoe to calm her before guiding her into the next room. This room resembles a hospital, and they soon realize that the beds are ones they had been in before. Zoe discovers that Amanda was the sole survivor of an explosion. Jason survived a boating accident where his friends succumbed to hypothermia. Ben survived a car crash, and Mike survived a mining accident that killed his brother. They start to see connections between their accidents and the elements in the previous rooms. Zoe finds Danny's documents and learns he was also a sole survivor, leading her to believe the game is a test of the luckiest survivors. The TV turns on, displaying a countdown to exit the room. The men search for a way out, finding X-rays that Ben realizes spell out EKG in sign language. Zoe begins smashing the cameras, hoping that if the game masters can't watch them, they might win. Jason discovers a poison set to be released when the countdown ends and finds the EKG machine, concluding that the correct heartbeat will unlock the doors. First, Jason tries to use Ben's heart rate to open the door, but when that doesn't work, he convinces Mike to try. Despite Mike's elevated heart rate, it's not enough, so Jason persuades him to be shocked to increase it further, which unfortunately kills Mike. As poison fills the room, Ben attempts to revive Mike while Zoe continues smashing cameras. Jason attaches the EKG to himself, lowering his heart rate enough to open the door. Jason exits, but Zoe refuses to follow. Ben goes through the vents with Jason as Zoe suffocates, crawling towards an oxygen mask. As Ben and Jason argue in the next room, they hallucinate due to poison on a hatch handle. Ben finds a single antidote, and a fight with Jason ensues, resulting in Jason's death. Ben injects himself and enters a familiar room. Meanwhile, Zoe awakens and overpowers the cleaning crew in the hospital room. Ben encounters the games master, who explains the game's purpose before Ben kills him. Zoe and Ben escape, but the detective investigating the Minos building finds no evidence. 6 months later, Zoe and Ben plan to confront the game's creators, with Zoe revealing plane tickets to Manhattan. A simulated plane crash unfolds, indicating the game continues with Zoe and Ben's intercepted tickets.